These are Alabama Stories.
I try to deliver a message rather than, it's not just I mean, music is an international language, and music is a way to communicate with people no matter what language they speak or wherever they're from. I think it's important to deliver a message from Israel that, you know, it's not just all about bombs and bad news and what have you in a media, the things that people usually see, but there's also good things that are coming out of this country.
Amir Gwirtzman blends instruments, makes music, performs, and brings people, countries, histories, and cultures together. The internationally known Israeli artist loves sharing his music and knowledge.
I think education is a very important thing, and I enjoy sharing that information with school kids or college kids or kindergarten or elderly people. It doesn't matter.
This visit to Huntsville gives him the opportunity to reveal facts about music and cultures.
It always amazes me time and again when I would play an instrument from a faraway country or faraway culture to find out that, wow, there's a lot of common ground that it shares with sometimes faraway other cultures.
It showed that through all the differences throughout the world, we still can come together through similarities in music and all other aspects of life.
Before music and choral students at Lee Magnet High School, Gwirtzman teaches as he plays.
I didn't expect him to be that talented with everything he did, as far as putting the flutes through his nose and making music like that and vamping it over so many times, but it was a great experience.
He not only just figured out how to play the instruments, but he figured out like why they were made and like the culture that surrounds the instruments. And then I thought that was interesting to how he played them all.
Practice, practice, practice. He got up there with different instruments, different numbers of instruments, and he was good at all of them, and you can't be like that without practice.
Gwirtzman's musical journey began at an early age, real early.
Music caught me from a very, very young age. My mother says that I was still crawling on, on the carpet and I was humming songs. I would hear something and I would repeat it.
And Israel would be a great place to nurture his skills.
Growing up in Israel means being exposed to a lot of different kinds of music, be it rock, jazz, R&B, classical, or Middle Eastern, Arabic, Jewish, Eastern European. There's a lot of things that influenced me growing up, but also, you know, all of the jazz greats and the R&B musicians definitely, you know, inspired me, and there's so many names. Israel is a country of mixtures. It's a crossroad of cultures, East and West, and it's ancient and modern, and it's secular and religious, and it's what have you. So that's why it's there. If you open the radio and you move, from one channel to another on the radio, sometimes you'll get caught in between two stations. So you'll hear R&B from one side and then Arabic music from the other side. So it's that kind of a blend. I was always intrigued by other instruments. I love the saxophone, and I played a little bit of recorder, but I figured that there are instruments that are related. It's one big happy family, and I kind of, I was kind of eyeing the other family members, and I was like, wow, I wonder what that feels like. And then I tried a little bit of the flute, I tried a little bit of the alto saxophone, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And slowly but surely, I realized that I can. I think I tried some trumpet and some other brass instruments, and I was like, okay, well, we didn't connect right away that well. And with the woodwinds, it was relatively easy because I was already playing that system. So it was easier for me to figure how that works.
Can anybody tell me, is this a guitar? Is this
It's a shofar.
That's very true. It's mostly associated with the Jewish religion. But you can find it also in other cultures around the world. There are also blowing horns.
The students at Temple B'nai Shalom's religious school learned of their culture and music. Gwirtzman is a one-man band, layering one musical part on top of another, adding multiple instruments together, recording each as he performs. But here, the students got to join him. Gwirtzman says when it comes to teaching music to youngsters, sometimes the lessons are too confining to one genre.
Kids are learning about music and about arts. I see it here. I see it here in the United States. However, I see that there's a lot of emphasis on the various styles, be it classical or be it this or that, but the crossovers are not touched enough in my opinion.
His 4-month visit to the U.S. helps the Goldring-Woldenberg Institute of Southern Jewish Life fill its educational goals. He is the Schusterman Visiting Artist. The Charles and Lynn Schusterman Family Foundation seeks to help Jewish life flourish. It also seeks improving the community as a whole. The Goldring-Woldenberg Institute of Southern Jewish Life includes a museum, recording and preserving history. In addition, the Institute provides various activities throughout a 13-state region, promoting not only education, but cultural understanding. Gwirtzman demonstrates the crossing of cultures through his music, like when playing this Elvis Presley song.
There's a line, however, in this song when supposedly Pocahontas says to her father not to kill the man that she loves because he gives her fever. I thought that's why I thought it's appropriate to play it with a Native American flute, at least try.
Gwirtzman believes musicians should try to blend more styles.
This is more on a personal level. If somebody wants to go and to investigate how that works, it's up to them. But I think it's not enough. It's not enough developed that those crossovers, those common grounds between different styles. And I think that this is essential because usually the best music in the world is coming from those fusions, from different things that different cultures that met each other or different styles and fused into something completely different. This is what keeps nurturing and making that whole music field or arts field more vibrant and more and keeps it developing. Ray Charles' example is a great example because he took things and he did it in a non-traditional way. He just had his own way and it proved right.
thinks he hit the right note in his lessons as people ask questions and learn.
I'm doing that a lot in other parts of the world too. I do a lot of workshops. I did it in the Far East, I do it in Israel, I do it in Europe. And I see the difference. Something about the education system here and the way that kids are being brought up here in America is, you must be doing something right.
Gwirtzman adds he takes an appreciation of U.S. Southern culture home.
First of all, sheer fun, because it's rewarding. It gives me a lot of great energies, I have to say. That has to do with with the local hospitality. There are great people here, nice people, laid back, relaxed, which I can't necessarily say that in other parts, like New York City, for example, or the big cities. It's completely different. But even so, even in the big cities, I've been to New Orleans too, and I've been to other big cities around the area, and it's different. It's different. It's something laid back, and I love it. I really, really love it.
Have there been any events that have stood out in your mind more than others?
Let me think about it for a second. That's a tough question. There's been many. There's been so many great experiences and great thrills. And it would be either meeting a president or performing to a warm, receptive, appreciative audience anywhere. It could be a world music festival in Louisiana, or it doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all great.